So 2 tablespoons of honey. Still have a little olive oil in there, so it just slipped right out. I love that. And then to the honey, I'll add a tablespoon of rice vinegar. If I can open it, and I can. There we go. Give it a little dip. Okay, so these are nice and tender now, and they've gotten a little bit translucent. Yep, they're perfect. So I'm gonna turn that off. So I'm gonna transfer that to another container and then get it in the fridge to cool down. Will it fit? Oh, it'll fit. It's that bossy robot again. My glasses are fogging up, my robot is talking to me. We're gonna make it fit. Don't worry about it. So leave all of your flavorings in there. Don't forget the most important, my friend, the crusty vanilla bean. Leave those in there the whole time that you're storing it. Those flavorings will just keep infusing the syrup more and more. It's gonna be so good. Okay, it's time to do the natural release on my rice. Here we go. It's always a little scary for me, but I can do it. I'm a grown-up. Oops. Nope, that's not what a natural release is. Come on, get with the program. Don't touch it. Cut all of that. So I'm just gonna pop this in the fridge. Ideally, you want that to sit for like 2 hours or so to chill down all the way. Okay, back to my main course. I gotta turn the oven on. 400 degrees for our salmon. You want it relatively high so that you get a little bit of browning on there. So we've got the rice vinegar and the honey already in there. And now I'm gonna add some miso paste. You can use either white miso or this is red miso. The red miso is a little bit funkier. So if you like the funk, go with red. If you want something a little bit more mild, stick with white. You guys have probably all had like miso soup come with your sushi or something. So it's just salty and savory, delicious umami flavor. Okay, and then for our glaze, we need a little minced ginger. Instead of cutting it with a knife, you can always grate it with a microplane if you like. You want it nice and fine. Big old chunk of ginger is gonna be a little bit too aggressive for this nice, elegant miso salmon. Okay. Straight into my glaze. Should be about a teaspoon. I'm eyeballing it. Okay, and then we want about a teaspoon of garlic. So I'm just going to cut off the little, what do you call it? The butt end of the garlic? Is that the stem end of the garlic? I don't know, guys. I'm a pastry chef. What do you want? So I cut off the stem end, and then I just give it a good smash with my knife nice and flat on it, and a fist. There we go. And then it should just slip right off, just like that. And then I'm just gonna mince it nice and fine, using my kitty paw, of course, meow, so I don't chop my fingers off. So you really wanna use a nice sharp knife for this, for anything really. I can't think of any applications where a dull knife is going to be safer or more effective. Dull knives are actually more dangerous than sharp knives. When you're using a dull knife, you can easily slip with your knife and cut yourself. Sharp knives go straight through, much safer. Okay, that's probably way too much garlic, but nobody's ever complained about too much garlic before, so we'll go with it. And my oven is up to temperature now, so I'm just gonna whisk this together. Want a little fresh ground black pepper in there, maybe like a 1/4 teaspoon. And I'm not gonna add any salt to it because that miso is already quite salty. Beautiful fresh salmon here. This was previously frozen, but it's actually better to buy frozen fish. All of the fish that you're buying at the grocery store was previously frozen anyway, so you might as well buy it frozen and then defrost it on your timeline. It's a little bit safer that way. You know it's gonna be fresh when you're ready for it. Okay, I've placed my salmon surrounded by its beautiful halo of asparagus, and now I'm just going to top it with my miso glaze. You can brush it on if you want to, but I don't really see the need to get another utensil dirty when I've already got fishy fingers that I need to wash. Pat it on. Now these are long and a little bit fat, so I need to take that into account while it's cooking. Since it's thicker, it might take a little bit longer as opposed to like a flat and wider fillet. None of that makes sense, don't worry about it. Okay, so these are ready to go into the oven, 400 degrees for 10 to 12 minutes. Let me just whip it up. Now I could go ahead and add the rest of my friend, the crusty vanilla bean, to this, but I think I'll save that for another time. And instead I'll just stir in a little vanilla extract. So like half a teaspoon vanilla extract. Yum. We got a nice stiff peak out of that. Healthier than whipped cream, right? It's got a little tang to it. And I think we're gonna be ready to assemble our dessert. My timer just went off for the salmon, so I'm gonna check that real quick. Oh my goodness, it's looking gorgeous! Oh, look at that. So the asparagus is bright green, starting to shrivel just a teeny bit. So I think the asparagus is done. And now I'm gonna check the doneness of the salmon just by squeezing it a little bit. Still feels a little soft. I'm gonna let it go for 2 more minutes. And while the salmon finishes cooking, I'm going to assemble my dessert. So these are just some store-bought ginger snaps. So all I'm gonna do is crumble the cookies into the bottom, create a little bit of texture down there. Okay, and now I'm gonna give it a nice big dollop of our whipped yogurt. Yes, yes, yes. Pile it in. And then I'm gonna grab our pineapple, beautiful poached pineapple. I'm gonna use a slotted spoon to dish it up so I don't get too much of the syrup on there. And then we're just gonna repeat. Cookies, yogurt, pineapple. Repeat until your dish is full. All right, cookie, yogurt, and poached pineapple. You do want to be careful that you don't get any of your whole spices in your parfait. That would be a smidge too intense. And it's healthy, right? Right. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. So I've just got one little sprig of mint here. All of your garnishes have to be edible. You can't put something on any plate of food that's supposed to just be thrown away. So we are going to do what's called a mint chiffonade. So I'm just stacking my mint leaves all together, and then I'm gonna roll it like a cigar. Just roll it up nice and tight. And then using my kitty paw so I don't cut my fingers off, I'm gonna slice it nice and fine. So this way we don't end up with like a big old leaf of mint that we need to just throw out. Now we have beautiful ribbons of mint that we can use to garnish the top. And mint with pineapple and ginger, that's gonna add a nice little bit of freshness to our dessert. And I think our salmon is gonna be ready. Give it a squeeze. It feels nice and firm. So my robot has been sitting over here patiently waiting for me. Keeping my brown rice nice and warm. And then I'll make a nice little bed of brown rice. Now, if this is more brown rice than you need for this dish, I love brown jasmine rice in a veggie fried rice. That little bit of extra bite that you have in brown rice is so nice. Okay, beautiful salmon and a little asparagus. That is miso glazed sheet pan salmon for two, along with our lovely little poached pineapple dessert. So that is how you make miso glazed sheet pan salmon for two with poached pineapple parfaits. You guys, thank you so much for watching. I had so much fun today, and I hope that you will check out more of my videos at the Casey Community Center's Facebook page. We're going to post all of these recipes to the Casey Facebook page, and I believe they'll also be on the Gaithersburg Parks and Recreation page. Please follow us so that you can see more of these videos and get more delicious recipes. Thank you so much for watching the virtual Active Aging Expo. I think I'm going to dig into this now, and I'm actually going to start with dessert. So I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.